And also, another thing too that I want to say, this is like almost like a black woman phenomenon. Right, while we're on this fucking topic. Who are the bitches that got the most to say that will brag about fighting dudes and do dumb shit like this? It's nigger bitches. Every time it's nigger bitches. 9 out of 10 times it's nigger bitches. Because they're monkeys, because they are monkeys. We can still shoot you in the back of the head. Try me, you fat black bitch. I won't be able to miss your fat ass.
What in the world is going on here, boy? Hey, yo. There we go. Had some technical difficulties, man. They changed the layout of this StreamYard. So, with that being said, I don't know what is going on with this. I don't know why it's like this, but give me a second here. Yeah, they changed this thing way up. I have no idea what's going on. Can you see me now? Can you see it now? Let me know. Cause on my end it looks fine. Let me make sure the audio is good too. And the audio is straight. Anyways, there we go. Okay, all right. Yeah, I don't know what was going on. I was bugging for a second. But with that being said, y'all can see the title of this episode, this live, whatever you want to call it. We'll be checking out your boy, ADESANYA, Alex Pereira, and then Andrew Tate. I don't know who Pereira is. I know who Pereira is. I don't know who Pereira is. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump right on into this, man. Get a good little stretch out going. Ooh, that feels good. All right. Look at this, man. Alex Pereira will knock out Magomed Ankalaev in the later rounds. UFC 313 breakdown and picks. So let's get into this, man. This is going to be interesting.
Double winnings on bets on Poatan if he finishes in the first 2 rounds. And when you register, make sure to use my code ADESANYA313 to get a 200% bonus on your first deposit. 2 incredible offers from Stake. Make sure you get involved this weekend. Yeah, we on back again, like we never left.
UFC 313. Let's look at the cards. Stack
Let's go. I actually don't know. I actually don't know who is on this. I mean, no big names yet. Yeah, okay, it's top heavy. Definitely top heavy. Oh, Curtis Blades, yo. Oh, yo, Rufi. Oh, okay. That right there, that's the one. This is the one. Oh, yo, Jalen. I know this kid. I think I know this guy. Yeah, I know. He's the one that is definitely. It's not even. I don't know. If you know, you know. But this fight right here is fucking. This is what I'm looking forward to now. This is gonna be a crazy fight.
We'll get into it. All right. The first fight, King Green. Bobby is gone versus Mauricio Rafi. Yeah. So Bobby Green. Last time we saw him was against Paddy Pimblett. Bobby was unusually hesitant. Did not let his hands go at all. He tried some leg kicks. So yeah, it seemed like he didn't want to take.
He said PS3 just came out with a new software update. Boy, the PS3 been out of date. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Take a bit of the risk.
I just remember that fight being flawless, and I was shocked because I thought Bobby would, be the veteran to take that, and then fucking Paddy stole the show. Rufi, now this guy is one of the fighting nerds. I like his style. Rufi is just one of these guys just pulled up out of nowhere.
Let's talk about their camp and what their team is doing. We were in Sydney.
Kyle. Yeah, he's cool, dude. I like his style. We're talking about fighting before I got matched up with Imamov, because he wants to fight a guy like myself, and I want to test myself against these young guys as well. But yeah, he's a cool dude. A lot of respect for him. We hung out. We would even pull up to the afters. We're kicking it. Yeah, he's just a chill dude. And I like the whole squad. Carlos Prates, he's a fucking motherfucker, that dude. Just his legs, his frame is like a dangerous skeleton. He just feels like he even has adamantium for hands. Like the way they throw. I'm not glazing. I'm just admiring the work. The way he throws, like it's like a whip with a stone attached to the end. And
did he say he's gonna glaze him, or did he say I'm not glazing?
It has adamantium for hands. Like the way they throw. I'm not glazing. I'm just admiring the work. The way he...
I couldn't tell what he said.
throws it's like a whip with a stone attached at the end. And Rufy, what I like about Rufy is just his flow, his creativity. His last fight was a guy with a fucking Uzi on his eye. Fuck. Was lit him up. It was a good show from him.
He hates grappling. He hasn't attempted a takedown yet.
Yeah, a lot of us don't like it. Nah, but just because, I'm sure he'll be well versed on how to stop a fight from going to the ground or being kept on the ground or fighting off his back if he needs to. But we'll find out. I don't want to count Bobby out because he's still a veteran, and when Bobby gets into his flow, it's hard to stop. Momentum, he's hard to stop when he starts to flow as well. But again, he might have to start this one fast because Rufy, he just seems to always get into flow pretty quickly. Doesn't take too long before he starts to try all these crazy moves.
Yeah, Bobby's 38, but it's not like he's been, on a skid or, he's been getting the job done. That Paddy one was just like he seemed just couldn't solve.
Yeah. Again, that's because Paddy started strong and Bobby couldn't get his flow going. But when he does, and he starts to light people up, he's able to pull away from shots. The reach might be a problem. Let me see. Legs, I think Rufy might have blown.
The boy better get his groove on if he want to win. The way he lost to Paddy was tough.
Who knows? We will never find out until they put it up here. And Bobby has good kicks as well, but Rufy, I just feel has the arsenal. More weapons for Bobby to deal with. Bobby has to start fast if he wants to win. Even put him on the back foot. But yeah, I'm gonna go Rufy. I'm gonna go Rufy on this one, just based on their last performances and these guys. I like the way I like what they're doing. So yeah, I'm gonna go Rufy on this one. But don't count Bobby out.
Jalen Turner versus Ignacio Bahamonde.
Jalen is he's a veteran now. I can say he's been a veteran in the game in the UFC for a while. Dangerous fighter, one of the best in the world. On any given night. He's a guy, when he shows up, he's just sharp. He's a weapon. Ignacio Bahamondes, I remember his wheel kick knockout. Shit was crazy. And then at UFC, no check this out. Step back, boom. Look at the recoil, boom. The way he leaned back before he had Cobra. Boom, perfect time. The distance as well was just on the money. Then GMP. Finish here. Oh, this might be the sleeper fight actually. Fuck.
He's some big ass lightweights, man.
Yeah, fuck. This is top heavy. This card, I didn't even give it a number. I'll give it a 8.5. It's top heavy. This main card itself, fuck, that's a 10.
Yeah.
Main card itself, that's a 10. But the whole card, 8.5. I haven't really seen too much of Ignacio. If I watch his fights, I'm trying to dissect it a little bit more. But from what I see, he's got good striking. I haven't really seen enough of him on the ground. Jalen, I know he's good on the ground and striking, so I'll give the advantage of grappling to Jalen just based on what I've seen. Who knows? I think he's going to be fought on the feet for most of this. Battle of the distance. Again, based on just his rounds, 3 rounds.
Yeah. I'm going to skip forward a little bit, just simply because I'm not super familiar with a lot of these fighters yet. So let's go back to right here.
Just like a whip.
All right, Dan was scheduled to fight Justin Gaethje. Some things happened.
Oh yeah, it's news, right? Yeah, he broke his hand. So again, I think that's a banger fight, but who knows what happens after this? They might reschedule, they might not. He might move on to, depends on how this fight plays. Gaethje might be like, fuck it, I want the belt next. I think Fiziev is a guy who is always in shape, so he's always ready to go. Through this rematch, he knows what he's risking, and he knows what he's faced before. He had his success in the fight. I'm sure they'll come prepared. Gaethje as well. It's a rematch. Shit's gonna go crazy, bananas.
I mean, last time we saw Gaethje was against Max. He had that,
Oh, was that the last? Oh,
yeah,
no.
the last time, yeah. So
True.
okay,
Okay, I see.
Yeah. It'll be a year in April.
If he fights smart, it wouldn't have to be a factor because like you see in the third round of that last fight with Fiziev, he had good head movement. So, yeah, hey man, this is one of those ones. I'm just gonna roll the dice. But because Gaethje's won up, I think I won't be surprised if Fiziev wins. But for betting reasons, and I hope Gaethje fights smart, because now I've even accepted the idea of the Max Holloway fight in my head, but I'm like, nah. I think if Gaethje fights smart, it won't be a factor.
He's got a full camp.
Exactly, and he's at a full camp. And also, short notice Fiziev, it's a risk, but if he gets it done, it's a big win for him over a guy who already beat him. But for betting reasons, I'm going to go Gaethje in this fight. I think Fiziev's too tough to finish sometimes. I'm going to go decision. How many rounds? 3 rounds? Yeah, decision. I think it's going to be decision. If it was 5, I might be like, okay, maybe not, but I think decision.
And for the main event of the evening.
The main event of the evening, how long have we been waiting for this one? We've been waiting for this one for because they've been blocking each other for 2 years.
Yeah, it was good to fight. Injuries and short notice things. Other people got opportunity before him, but ever since losing his...
The boy Unclave going to use Ramadan as an excuse for why he lost. You already know You already know.
UFC debut to Paul Craig. Magomed has been on an 11-fight win streak.
Yeah, he's a good fighter. Again, striker, yes. I don't recall seeing him use wrestling too much. I mean, when he fought Jan. Oh, no, that's what it was. It was a leg kick. There was a bit where he buckled. I was just thinking it out. It just flashed in my mind. So I was like, wait, did Jan beat him? No. So, ooh, leg kicks. All right. Leg kicks. Let's just address the fucking elephant in the room. That's going to be a factor in this fight. He might have to become a wrestler in this fight. He might have to go into his bag for this one because you can't just, I think ego is a part of it, man. I think ego is a part of it where it's like, just talk, fight talk. He's saying what he wants to say to get the fight. He'll stand up with him. Yeah, he'll start off standing, but.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to go the full fight standing up if he even makes the distance. I think if he does end up going the distance, there's going to be a lot more wrestling in there than what, we're being told that we're going to see by Ankalaev. He said he's going to stand there and bang it out with Alex, but I don't think he is. I think once he realizes how strong and accurate Alex's punches are and his kicks and whatnot with them leg kicks, he's gonna start trying to take him down. That's what I think.
I don't think it's going to keep. He's going to mix it. He's going to clinch. He's definitely going to try and take him down. I think Ankalaev is going to try and take him down. Can he keep him down? Alex Pereira is a black belt in jiu-jitsu now. He's exponentially getting better. I haven't really seen him using much in the fight because he hasn't had to, but I've seen him roll with some people recently, and it was a lot different from, what I remember. He seems like he flows better on the ground. Yeah, I mean, fuck, he's been on the run now for, I think 4 title fights or title defenses.
So this will be his fourth
title defense.
Defense at light heavyweight.
And that's in how long? Fucking
a year.
Yeah, crazy. Bro, it's not easy. It's not easy. So for him to do that right now, he has to. Because again, he's 37. He's only got a short, who knows? Nigga might fight till he's like 45. I would be surprised. Honestly, he might fight till he's 45 or like one of those, like a George Foreman type. Because literally built different. So he might be one of the ones that can like withstand it. Heavyweight, like the last thing that goes power. And he has a lot of power. So that might carry him for a lot of years.
Talk about the link up.
That would be crazy if he did keep going until he was like 45. I think if he did, he would probably be more into like the boxing aspect at that point than UFC or kickboxing. You never know.
At 3 rounds 2.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool to sit down with him. We had our moment. So yeah, that was a nice way to connect on a different plane, without war in mind. More about just like getting to know each other a little bit as people, face to face. Like text and all that's cool, but feel energy, tone, and the grunts, like all that. It was a cool moment for us in general, and I look forward to it in the future. But yeah, kicks is gonna be a factor in this one, and it's gonna force Magomed to wrestle. What if there's like an over-under? Will Magomed shoot in this fight?
He says he's not going to, but I mean, he had to climb a mountain to get this title shot. I mean,
oh, he's gonna shoot for takedowns, bro. There's no way that he doesn't win without trying to go for the takedowns, bro. Without trying to submit him. I think it's the only way that he can win against Alex is trying to submit him.
I don't want to say, because Khalil has been doing media recently, or maybe that's what Khalil has. Yeah, he's talking about, no, I wasn't going to wrestle, I'm a man, you're standing bang.
Yeah, but Khalil kept his word,
No, but I mean, because for Khalil to get that title shot, the stars had to align, people had to be injured, people had to be, he was ranked number 8, and then he got the title shot. Don't go and, I'm a man, right, be a man.
I get what you mean.
I mean, your coaches have worked hard, you've worked hard.
I get what you mean, but you don't fight.
So no, I'm not saying I don't fight.
No, just listen. And you're right, I'll tell you this, you're right, I agree with you. But it's different when you're in there. Sometimes the art of it as well is in your head. You think, I can beat this man, but you're like, what if I do it? What if I do get it done? And that's how you have a moment like I had. So if he does the lay and pray stuff, tries to take him down. Also, Alex is hard to take down as well. The frame, it's not easy. So he felt his best path of victory was standing because he could catch him, and he almost did. How many times he almost did? Yeah, but again, he almost did. What if it wasn't a flash knockdown? So I think he did the right thing because it's like you could, wrestle whatever, but it wouldn't have made that moment as well with the fight, the finish, even though he lost, and still created a moment that got his stock all the way up with Dana and the fans. So yeah,
that is a fact. That is a fact. When you're in that ring, everything's different versus on the sidelines. You start thinking, man, I could be the one. And then you start really believing it. Until you get dropped.
Yeah, I get it.
Man, I already get it.
But you don't fight. You don't understand.
Yeah, but I understand, you know, the bigger landscape. I mean, this nigga had to, 11 fight and beat in the street. Look at.
He's gonna shoot though. He's gonna shoot.
Perez says if Magomed shoots, he's got something for him. He's ready for it. But yeah, you know, Magomed is like, nah, I'm gonna strike. You know, right. It's like, you know.
I don't know why I don't fully believe that. There's gonna be a point when the legs get touched enough. He's gonna be like, right.
Yeah.
I'm taking this guy down. Also, they had a bet. I think
Perez was
like,
gonna do a $200,000 bet.
Did they agree?
So, Magomed said that they can still do it, but it doesn't have to be a bet because it's haram.
It's a bet.
So, you know, Magomed is still
cool.
down.
Okay, that's cool. I like the fact that I like that. That's respect. Okay, cool. They're gonna do something for a great cause for children suffering of cancer, I believe. Yeah, he's gonna shoot because he's gonna get tagged on the legs, and again, could get clocked in the face. If you say Magomed has good straight shots, that's something that Alex has to watch out for, and he switches a lot. Southpaw will be his best stance for Magomed, but I think, like I said, Alex has also started, I've seen in his last fight with Khalil, his low left kick.
The team as well.
And the team fucking increased. But his low left kick as well as catching people. So it's not just easy like you go southpaw and you get away with it anymore. Maybe I'm banking too much on the leg kicks. I have experience with it. I know how painful it is and how effective it is. Regardless, I'm gonna go Pereira because momentum. He is just on a tear right now. And yeah, I like the way he's even able to do it with the amount of travel he does.
Yeah, I was also thinking about that. He does a lot of...
That's facts, bro. This dude Pereira is just on a whole nother level right now. I think he got it in the bag. I think he's got it in the bag. I think people gassing up Enclave or just want to see him lose. Crazy. Can't be great without people trying to drag you down from your greatness. That's a fact. With that being said, let's move on to the next topic of the night, which is your boy Alex Pereira.
Fight surrounding
Alex Pereira on Enclave. I can't say what I think. People will look at me different. Who's sick next? Let's get into it.
you. I'm curious, just how's this fight week been in general? Because I would imagine, you know, being someone with the star power you are, representing Brazil, training in America, you have to do a ton of media, a ton of photo shoots and everything. So just how's fight week and preparation been as a whole?
Fala, Alex. Pô, agora, né, grande semana agora pra você, mas acho que agora toda vez que você luta, vai ter toda essa atenção, vai ser uma grande semana da luta. E específico essa daqui, como é que tá sendo essa semana pra você, semana da luta? Tá sendo mais ocupada que as outras? Porque seu nível de estrela tá subindo, né? Conta um pouquinho pra gente como é que tá sendo.
Bom, a semana foi muito difícil, né? Muitos compromissos. Eu diria que foi a luta que teve mais trabalho, mais com mídia, mas pô, a gente entende, como eu estava falando ontem, por vocês sempre tá levando o nosso nome, passando para as pessoas o que a gente está falando. Então acho que eu vejo a importância disso, né? Mas não é só isso, tem treinos, alimentação, corte de peso durante a semana. É um pouco puxado, mas esse é meu trabalho, eu escolhi isso.
It's been one of the longest 5 weeks due to media, but we know this is necessary. You guys are always putting our name out there. You know what I mean? It's been a busy 5 week plus trains and everything, but I'm ready for this.
I asked Ankalaev this when he was in here, if he felt like you could be the biggest star in the promotion right now, considering, you know, a lot of people, it was like you, Sean O'Malley, Israel Adesanya, but they're coming off losses, and some people say you're the face of this organization. We saw you in Australia, and fans come up to you doing your walk. You were handing out money and watches, walking around the street, doing seminars all over the world. Do you feel like you're the most popular, maybe the face of this promotion, or is that something you just don't think about?
Ele até perguntou semana mais cedo para os outros que talvez se você fosse o rosto do UFC hoje, né? Porque tem outros atletas, tem o Sean O'Malley, tem outros, mas estão vindo de derrota. Você sente que hoje você é a cara do UFC?
Bom, eu acho que sim, né? Eu sou um lutador bem ativo, né? Ano passado foi um ano de grande sucesso, né? Então acho que meu nome está sendo mais falado, eu estou aparecendo mais, com bons resultados, então acredito que sim.
I believe so. I had a busy year last year with great success. You know what I mean? So I just keep doing this work, but I believe so.
He was in here and he had a few things to say about, you know, that bet that you put out there. He said, you know, I can't do it, but I'd talk to you after. Maybe we could do a charity thing. He responded to the lunch boxes you said you saw, and you said he did have to break fast a few times in preparation. So I guess what have you made of the build with Ankalaev? Because I feel like it's been happening for a long time, and these last few weeks I feel like it's gotten a little heated, especially online.
Pô, ele esteve aqui mais cedo, né? Aí falou que não podia ter aceitado a aposta por causa de motivos religiosos, mas que talvez fariam caridade depois da luta junto com você. Aí também, né, o fato de você ter visto as marmitas dele lá no PI, né, meio que não tá seguindo o jejum. Aí o que você diz pra gente aí desse hype inteiro que está sendo criado para essa luta, tudo que tem sido falado?
Bom, nunca falei de religião, nem quero comentar de religião. Ele que citou religião, mas se ele não pode fazer uma aposta, que na verdade não é nenhuma aposta. Diferente de eu colocar o dinheiro no bolso ou ele colocar o dinheiro no bolso. A gente está falando algo para ajudar outras pessoas. Então ele coloca a religião no meio, né, mas para falar o que ele falou na rede social para todo mundo ver, né, falando do alcoolismo, no meu caso ali, da onde eu saí, né, e graças a Deus eu me libertei, né, campeão da vida, eu diria, e muitas pessoas passando por esse problema, né, a pessoa diretamente, e não só a pessoa, mas as famílias sofrendo e a pessoa fazer brincadeira. Então eu não entendo quando ele fala de religião, o que pode e o que não pode. Não estou aqui para falar de religião, respeito todas as religiões.
Jeez, bro, this dude has such a long-winded answer, bro. You've been going on for like 2 minutes now.
Mas fique bem claro.
Well, first of all, I'm not here to talk about religion. Whatever religion I respect, I have a lot of respect for that. But he came and said that about he couldn't take the bet, but like was not even a bet about money for me to go and put money in my pocket. Was for us to do a good cause and donate for charity. And then he goes and talk about alcoholism. You know what I mean? I'm a champion in life. I overcame alcoholism, but there's a lot of people that did in the end. Their family struggle with it, not only the person. And so like he used religion for a certain purpose, but I'm not here to talk about nobody's religion. I respect them all.
Do you think, I know it's a sore subject between the both of you, but do you think just in the interest of the fans that maybe they're more interested or intrigued in this fight specifically than any of your other fights because of the build-up and because of the skill set and the style that he brings in? It's something that maybe we haven't seen you face before.
Você acha que isso aqui é uma luta que os fãs estão querendo ver aqui fora?
I think Ankalaev is just trying to make Alex mad so that he'll fight with emotion and get him to overextend himself or crash out in the octagon so that he can catch him off guard with something. That's what I think.
Para tudo que está sendo falado, esse hype que criou, mas também o estilo de luta dele sendo algo que eles não viram contra você ainda.
Bom, eu acho que é empolgante para todo mundo. Se eu estivesse no lugar de todo mundo, dos fãs, eu iria gostar dessa luta, porque teoricamente um strike e um grappling. Então eu acho que, eu gostaria de ver muito essa luta e eu vou gostar muito de fazer essa luta.
Well, absolutely. If I was in the fan position, that I could watch this fight, because basically, theoretically, is a striker and a grappler. So if I was a fan, I would actually want to watch the fight. It has a fight. I want to fight the fight.
Last one for me. Is part of you hoping he tries to take you down so you can showcase your skills on the ground?
Você está esperando que ele venha tentar te colocar para baixo para você poder mostrar sua habilidade no chão?
Bom, eu tô esperando tudo, né?
That's a good question. You know, we haven't seen very much of Alex on the ground at all. So I'm curious to see what he's going to say here.
Tá falando de outro adversário completo, a gente já viu algumas coisas dele. Muitas pessoas falam do grappling, mas ele não mostra muito, mas...
And it's not even like he refuses to go to the ground, it's just that like his fights have never really gone to the ground. Because he always knocks them out standing up before it can really even get to that point. Sure, few people have gotten him down on the ground. But it hasn't been like straight up wrestling very much at all. Because most of his opponents get knocked out before he gets to that point. It's crazy.
Eu tô bem treinado. Muitas pessoas acham que eu comecei a treinar agora, mas desde quando eu entrei no UFC, eu venho me dedicando, não só na minha estreia no UFC, mas antes, quando eu cheguei em Connecticut para treinar junto com o Glover, o meu foco foi esse, o MMA, e fazer algo onde eu tenho deficiência. Então eu melhorei muito e eu tô muito preparado e pronto para mostrar o meu jogo.
Well, when we talk about him as a complete fighter, not only a wrestler, he has skills everywhere, but I'm prepared too. Like, I've been training wrestling and grappling since before I joined the UFC. When I first came to Connecticut to Glover Teixeira, I came there to be an MMA fighter, and I'm ready for this.
You know, Alex, he's been tweeting a lot in the lead up to this fight, and there's some people who say it's not actually him tweeting, it's someone else tweeting for him. But in your mind, if you allow those statements to go out on your Twitter account, is it the same as saying them yourself?
Pô, tem então muita atividade dele no Twitter, né? Muita gente falando que não é ele falando, é alguém falando. No seu lugar, você deixaria esse Twitter estar saindo da sua conta? Se tivesse saído esse Twitter, você não escrever, mas sair do seu nome, você queria dizer também que é você falando?
Bom, eu, sinceramente, unicamente mexo nas minhas redes sociais, então eu sou responsável por tudo. E se eu deixo alguém tomando conta ou uma empresa, eu vou ser responsável por isso. Esse é meu nome.
Well, me, myself, I'm responsible for all my social medias, but if I let somebody do, I'm responsible for it. It's my name.
So when he tweets things like, I never want to hurt someone in my life as much as I want to hurt you, you have to take that as a personal insult from him, right? Because even if it's him or not, he's still allowing someone representing him to say that.
Então, por exemplo, quando ele fala que ele nunca quis machucar tanto uma pessoa igual...
That's a fact, man. Everybody who is you as a leader, you are responsible for everybody on your team. That includes when people act out of turn and do stupid shit.
Ele quer machucar você, por mais que às vezes pode não ser ele, é ele falando. Então você leva pro pessoal como se tivesse sido ele que tivesse falado.
Não, com certeza, né? Para mim é ele que tá falando. Não importa quem seja, mas para mim é ele que tá falando. Então ele vai ter que fazer bonito, porque se não fizer bonito, chama.
Well, absolutely, you know what I mean? Like, if it's him saying or not, taking like as it's him. So he better do good on this, because I think if he do bad, chama.
Outside of this fight, I wanted to talk to you about your career in general. Usually in mixed martial arts, when someone has a very successful run and then they lose, it's very rare, if at all, that they're ever able to go on a second run. You had an amazing run at middleweight, then you lost to Israel, but then you've since then had this amazing run. What do you attribute that to, your ability to survive a loss and find momentum again, which most people can't in this sport?
Pô, nesse esporte é um esporte muito difícil quando o campeão tem aquela primeira esticada, aquela sequência de vitórias e perde, conseguir ter mais uma segunda. Você é um cara que você conseguiu chegar ao cinturão, perdeu para o ADESANYA e depois já teve mais uma agora, que é o momento que você está. Ao que você atribui essa segunda chance?
Bom, acho que isso é a minha dedicação, né? Onde eu estou sempre treinando e onde isso fortalece a minha mente. Tem muitas coisas também que aconteceram, né? Pô, todo mundo sabe que comecei já uma pessoa mais velha no esporte, no MMA também, sou muito novo comparado com os outros atletas, então numa perca ali eu estava num processo de evolução, então acho que eu mantive a minha mente forte e quis continuar.
Well, like everybody know, I'm an older guy on the sport, but I was very young into my MMA career, so I was learning as I go. And I think it was just a matter of determination and knowing who you are, and like I just kept going, just made the adjustments.
Last one for me today, it was announced Dana White is getting into the boxing business. Does a fight with Alexander Usyk become more real?
Uh-oh. Here we go.
A White anunciou hoje que tá abrindo boxe aí, né? A luta com o Alexander Usyk pra você é uma coisa que tá se tornando cada vez mais real, uma coisa que você quer?
Não, com certeza. Quando eu vi o anúncio ali, eu já pulei de alegria. Quem sabe aí em setembro, Saudi Arábia.
Absolutely, man. I was hyped. I was happy when I heard the news. Who knows? September, Saudi Arabia.
Alex, right here, brother.
Chama?
Arábia.
Absolutely, man. I was hyped. I was happy when I heard the news. Who knows? September, Saudi Arabia.
Alex, right here, brother.
Chama?
Right here. When Magomed was in here earlier, I just want to kind of go back to the tweets he was putting out earlier. He said it wasn't directed so much as an insult as it was, he was saying like, hey, I want to know if this guy's actually prepared, you know, when he's out and he's at these different events. DC was also a little bit critical of you. He said, you know, has this guy really been training? And you kind of poked fun at DC on your story saying, hey, DC, we're out here working. So do you have a message to anybody that would be critical of you going to these different...
Yeah, bro, like, people are just mad because they're not living the same life as you. Whether you post it on the internet or not. Clearly, you know, this dude Alex has been training. He just hasn't been showing it. And it's like people are such like dick riders that they'll just because they don't see a video you training, oh, he's not training, he's not doing this. Like, dude, shut up. How about you go train?
Different places when you have a fight coming up.
Acho que o cara deve estar mais cedo aí, até se perguntou assim, não do modo desrespeitoso, mas tá curioso se você está bem preparado para essa luta. E o Cormier também falando que estava curioso que quando você viajou, se você conseguisse se preparar. Você tem alguma mensagem para essa galera que está duvidando que você está pronto?
Bom, eu não vou nem falar nada aqui, porque senão se for falar tudo que eu gostaria de falar aqui, talvez as pessoas me olhem diferente. Só uma coisa, falou, pô, o Alex tá mudando, não era assim. É óbvio, vou te dar um exemplo. Se tem uma pessoa que só tá te falando algo, te colocando para baixo, você tem um autocontrole e você tá ali, você não vai brigar com a pessoa. Então você escuta isso a sua vida inteira, e depois essa pessoa vai lá e te bate, e aí você bate nela, você se defendendo, quer dizer que eu mudei porque eu bati nela?
Well, honestly, I'm not even gonna say everything that is on my mind about this because I think people start look at me in a different way. But because the way that I feel is like I have my right to defend myself. But if I say it's gonna be too much, like all life somebody beats you up and then you just go and beats back. You know what I mean? You're the wrong one.
Okay. And then I know obviously like you don't want to look past the fight ahead of you, but if you had your choice down the road, would you rather have a fight with Dricus at 205 or John Jones at heavyweight?
Não vamos, eu sei que não, a gente não pode olhar muito
That's a good question.
além dessa luta. Ainda tem que passar por T3.
A gente tem com o John, tá na minha. Então,
You know what I mean? Like,
falar que eu tenho que fazer, eu vou fazer.
well, not looking to pass ahead. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, these things didn't came to my mind which one, but what I think for the future that I have in hand is either Dricus or John Jones or even fighting Alexander Usyk in boxing. Those I see possibly happen, and there's a possibility. Doesn't depend on me. It depends on the UFC. So whatever the UFC want me to do, I'll do it.
Alex.
Oi, Alex. Boa tarde, Alex. Você acha que Ankalaev é o adversário mais...
Crazy, man. Who knows? That would be interesting to see him fight John Jones or Dricus. Either one, or even Usyk. I don't know how he would do against Usyk, though, honestly. He has great punches, don't get me wrong. Alex has great punches. But for somebody like Usyk, his defense, keeping his hands down low the way they are, is not a good idea to fight somebody like Usyk. It's not. So I don't know how that would go. I think he would maybe end up losing that. But let's get on to the last topic of the night. It's your boy Andrew Tate.
Team.
Andrew Tate returns to the U.S. and tells the truth about his case. Let's get into it, man.
Gatekeeper is your manager or your team. If you talk out of line or say things you're not supposed to say, you're off the team. If you're in Hollywood, you have a manager. If you talk or say things you're not supposed to say, you can't be in movies anymore, you lose your manager. And then the other gatekeepers are the social media platforms. If you're on YouTube saying things you're not supposed to say, you know when they deleted you with Trump, when you interviewed Trump, they delete your channel or they delete you, so you're gate kept. I managed to get extremely famous without really having a gatekeeper. And for that reason, I was literally everywhere back then. And their goal to gatekeep me was to delete me from all of the social media platforms, which they did, but that didn't work because people continued to share my content.
Because you weren't going viral on your own pages. You were, but you invented clipping.
Well,
pretty much.
I guess.
Like you started the clipping era.
I knew how to say things that people wanted to discuss, which served me very well in the algorithms. And anybody who wanted views on their page could put up a video of me and get views. And on top of that, I wasn't copywriting anyone. I wasn't chasing the money off anyone. I didn't care. So there were people taking clips of me, putting them up, making arguments happen, getting paid off the views, getting paid off the ad rev. I didn't take a penny of it.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, people made a lot of money.
I did, but I forgot. You invented the clipping era pretty much. People saw you and they saw you getting clipped up, including us. Like everyone saw it. And they're like, yo, this is a new way to go viral. And now clips are everything.
Now it's everything. But there's a double-edged sword because a lot of the things people think bad about me are from out of context small clips, which are deliberately designed to be as abrasive and offensive as possible because it gets the most engagement. So some random kid in Peru can make money off AdSense and I didn't even see the money. So
of course. He said making money off of AdSense. That is tough.
It goes both ways, but yes, back then was before the social media algorithms were actively trying to suppress my influence. So that perhaps was the peak of seeing Andrew Tate everywhere. I like to believe you still see me everywhere. It's just changed. It's no longer YouTube in Croatia with Nelk Boys. It's on BBC getting dragged in and out of jail. But I'm still everywhere.
I remember the transition though, because I think the first thing I ever saw with you is when you sat down with that like light skin British girl in like the bar.
Stand Up TV, I think.
I don't know what it's called, but it was fucking hilarious. I saw that and it was funny. But I think on our podcast and like around that era, you would start to sprinkle in like, because back then you're only talking about girls and kind of funny stuff. And then I would watch and I would notice, and you started to like sprinkle in shit about how the world was working and corruption. And like, there was a little sprinkle of that on our podcast, like the education system or just, then you kind of switched into that. And you went away from the females and you started talking about just how the world works.
And that got me in a lot of trouble, it seems. I should have just carried on clowning on women. I should have just carried on saying women can't drive. And maybe I wouldn't have ever had to go to jail. But it seems I did shift to the important subjects after a while. And I say this often on nearly every single podcast. It's important people understand it, that your ability to speak freely is directly correlated to your insignificance. There's no such thing as free speech anywhere on the planet, including America. Nowhere, truthfully, can you speak freely. There are always subjects and things you cannot say. And if you touch on those subjects, it's fine unless people listen to you. You can touch on the subjects in your living room with your friend when no one's paying attention. But if you have a large audience, it becomes very, very different. So,
That's facts, because nobody's paying attention to you. Nobody cares who you are. You're not relevant. So you can pretty much say whatever you want. Obviously, like some platforms, you're going to get whatever video it is that you got saying all this and the third and removed due to hate speech or whatever, some other dumb shit. But for the most part, nobody cares about you. So why would these platforms really care about you? You know?
yeah, it seems like I flew too close to the sun just before my arrest when I was in Dubai after we did our podcast. I said to Tristan, you know, we have to be very careful. This is the Icarus story. We're doing very well here, and we're everywhere, and everyone knows who we are, and we're making huge sums of money, and there's too many beautiful women by our pool, and our house is so big, and we have so many Bugattis, and everything seems too perfect. This is the Icarus story. Something's going to go wrong. And then we all know the rest.
Did you ever think you'd be this influential? You've been at this for a while. I know you've been in the kind of internet world doing different stuff, like entertainment, but did you ever think you'd be like this influential?
It's a good question.
Like you come to the US, everyone's fucking... You and Tristan are like Batman. Like, you know what I'm saying? Did you ever think that would happen?
Well, the reason that happens is because so many people can't help but dislike me, right? It takes hot and cold air to create a tornado. It's not the fact that I have a lot of people who like hearing what I say. That alone is not enough to get the fanfare my brother and I get. It's that there's a contingent of the population which are just settled on the idea that we're the worst men in the world and that we're dangerous and that we're terrible. So you have these two polarizing teams, these two camps. It takes light and dark. It takes hot and cold. Like I said earlier about the reason my clips went so viral, some people would say he's 100% right. Some people would say he's 100% wrong. So I think I'm very good at saying things in a way which is as polarizing as possible, which puts me in this position. So yeah, my influence is based on the back of the fact that people like what I say, but it's also based on the back of the fact that there's a lot of people who cannot stand me.
When you were coming up though, like you obviously wanted to be successful, but did you like see this level of success?
I didn't see anyone else saying things that I knew to be true. I would look at things and go, well, that's not true. But nobody else seemed to want to say it. Probably because of what we discussed earlier about your ability to speak freely is directly correlated. I got myself in trouble for what I did. So now I realize why. I mean, I always knew why. I kept saying before I went to jail that they're going to lock me up. After the cancellation, I knew they were going to try and put me in jail. That was very obvious to me. But I don't think I could sit here and try and sound like a genius. But I remember saying in our initial podcast, it was a 3-stage plan. And stage 1 was to keep talking in a way that garnered me lots of attention, and then to get canceled on purpose, and then to move people from platforms which were not matrix controlled. That was the whole plan. The plan was, I'm going to go on these podcasts. I'm going to say things that everybody knows to be true. I'm going to garner a whole bunch of attention. Eventually, they're going to try and shut me down and silence me. I'm going to move everybody over to alternative platforms. And then the rest of it kind of all played out with fate, I guess, that we moved people over to Rumble, and obviously Elon bought X. I had no control of Elon buying X, but I'm very glad he did. I moved people over to Rumble.
Indeed, boy, indeed. The only thing I don't like about Elon having X is that there's no, like, censorship for adult content on there. It's crazy. But most of the time, the only time, well, not even most of the time, the only time that you'll be getting your For You page flooded with that is if that's what you go and watch. So to any of y'all bozos that are complaining about what keeps popping up on your For You page, you should check your search bar and see what it's full of. In your search history and see what it's full of. And that'll explain to you why you keep seeing what you see.
Rumble, which is a fantastic platform where you can tell the truth. And then Trump won. Thank the Lord Trump won. So we're kind of here because if things were different only a few months ago at that election, I have a strong suspicion I would be in a jail right now. And so would Trump. So would you. Everybody would. They just lock up everyone at that point. So it worked out well in the end, yeah.
So how's it like being back in Miami? We went out the other night. We went to dinner.
Yeah.
What'd you think of it?
Yeah.
You missed, like, you've been stuck in Romania for what? How long?
3 years.
3 years.
Long time.
Like, was it nice, like, seeing some Miami chicks, or like?
You know what? It's nice. It's actually nice hearing like American words around you. It's nice hearing English. It's nice hearing American accents. It's kind of reassuring to know that, heaven forbid, if something happens to me here and I go to court, I can at least talk English.
What'd you think of the Miami talent?
I bet, bro. Like, that's gotta be like frustrating to be in a foreign country and having to go to court and not understand a single word that the judge is saying, or that the prosecutors or the lawyers and all that are saying. That's got to be frustrating, bro.
I don't know. I'm retired from all those things now. I don't know what to say about girls. That what got me in trouble in the first place.
Yeah, your wheels were a little bit rusty at dinner. Yeah, I can't lie. I feel like I was kind of wingmanning you a little bit.
Of course. Hey, you're the big boss here. You're the guy.
No, but we were bouncing back and forth. But every single chick said they were in real estate too.
Oh,
that's just what you get in Miami, right? if you are into crypto or you're getting it hard on here, Android app, there's music on. And Tate has his Shazam app out.
Yeah,
and he's Shazamming every single
good
song.
songs, yeah.
Every single song, and then you're adding it to a Spotify playlist. But it was like 10 bands or like Energy by Drake. It was like songs everyone would know. Like, are you not listening to like any American shit at all?
No, I've been kind of disconnected from the States and the whole American culture. I've literally been 3 years in Romania and 2 years of that in my house. So it's been a kind of a strange culture shock. It's nice to be home. It certainly feels nice to be home, but I feel like there's so much work to do and there's a lot of catching up to do. So it doesn't feel like I'm...
Man, you ain't even lying about that. There's so much more to do and so much to get caught up on. Dude, I can't wait till I see these dudes start going around on more and more podcasts, like your boy Fresh and Fit, the Pat Bet David. I wonder if he would go back on Candace Owens. I don't know. But it's going to be great seeing him getting back around on social media in the U.S. again, I'll tell you that.
I guess this is my personality as a whole, to be honest with you, no matter what situation I'm in. But I'm never looking at something going, cool, I get to relax now. Or, cool, I get to chill. It's always, okay, what work can be done here? So I'm glad to be back in America. I was a bit disappointed by my welcome, but I've come to the realization now that the people who dislike me, not because I'm guilty of anything, they just don't like me. So they're always going to hate me, which is fine. These charges are going to haunt my name for the rest of human time, no matter how innocent I'm proven, which is fine. So, it's good to be home. It's also very nice to interact with real people again. And I've had no negative interactions with anybody. Everybody comes up to me and says very nice things. It seems I have a lot of fans here.
Even when we went out, like all the girls, everyone. But people are very fascinated by you, right? Like even the chicks, like they're kind of just like staring like, yo, is this guy a fucking real person?
Well, I think that I have this strange reputation now. My enemies have given me the reputation of like a mob boss, a bad guy. Like Tristan and I are the Gambino brothers.
Which is kind of sick, right?
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool to be like the rich, famous bad guy.
Yeah.
So, and
you
we're like
guys,
bad guys.
you guys are like real life fucking supervillains.
Well, if you're like a cartel, let's say you're a cartel boss, right? You're in Mexico and you're doing real shit and you're chopping people's legs off and you're the head of the cartel, whatever. I mean, obviously you have motion, you have movement, but you can't go any city in the world and be feared. You're just going to walk into one city and Santa pay whatever, no one's going to know who you are, you're just a dude. Where Tristan and I can go in any city on the planet and they're like, oh my God, it's them, oh my God. And everyone kind of gets a little bit shook. I don't know why, we don't do anything, we have dinner.
Yeah.
But it's interesting, yeah. So I have to thank my enemies for that. I also have to thank my enemies for how pathetically they bitch and moan and cry about me. It truly is. My brother and I enjoy each morning with our coffee. Sometimes we see comments of people having mental breakdowns. The Tate brothers are the most dangerous misogynists. It's so fucking gay.
Who's the biggest whiner?
Ben Shapiro cries nonstop.
You went out.
Dude, I bet you that they get so much entertainment from that. You know they do. You know they do. I would.
Yesterday, right?
Yeah. All these conservatives have mental break.
I bet you sometimes they probably they just sit there and obviously off camera drinking their coffee or whatever it is that they drink in the morning, and they'll scroll down on Twitter or YouTube comment section about them or whatever, and they'll take turns reading a goofy comment talking about them, and they'll just laugh about it. Oh man, I would do that. That sounds like something that I would do. Just to have a bit of entertainment to start the day. That would be funny.
But they do it in such a feminine frame. It's just hilarious.
Which sucks because I do like Ben too. I mean, obviously he says a lot of smart things. Like I've been a fan of him and I'm a fan of yours, which is like I feel like you guys are disagreeing on such like small things, right? I'm sure you guys agree on a lot of shit too.
I'm sure we probably agree that dudes can't chop their dick off and become a chick. I mean, but that's pretty basic. I mean, I'd struggle to disagree with that. I'd probably agree on that point with nearly anyone on the planet.
Would you ever do a one-on-one debate with him?
Sure.
Has that ever been talked about?
I don't think he'd like to do it because next to me on camera, he's going to look extremely small, and optics matter. You know?
I'm a fan of both of Ben and Tate. As a fan, I would love to see.
I'd love to talk to the guy, but he's just going to look like a midget. He has the problem which he cannot solve, which is that he's a very small man. He's smaller than my girlfriend, and he's going to look ridiculous sitting next to me.
That's tough, bro. That is tough. Being smaller than a female as a man, that's got to be tough.
If he can fix that, if he get a booster seat, then sure, we can talk about
That'd be good entertainment. What else do you have planned while you're here? I know we might go to UFC and Power Slap.
UFC, Power Slap, and...
I called it, bro. What did I tell y'all? What did I tell you? He was probably going to pull up to a UFC event, bro. I told you. That is crazy.
Vegas, might do that. I've got a new penthouse I'm moving into. Going to do that.
You said you bought a penthouse here?
Yeah, bought a penthouse in Miami. Wow. Sold me. After that dinner with you, after hearing those few songs that I Shazammed, I thought, fuck it. So I bought a house here.
Do you think you could name like any popular songs?
Probably not.
Like what if we went like
I am the
What
worst.
if we went 10K a song
Guys,
right now?
I am the worst for popular culture. You can try. I am shit at
All right,
songs.
let's do this.
I
for
don't
real.
watch movies. I don't watch TV.
Let's do 25K a song.
Fucking hell. Well, I pay you like
No, you don't have to pay me.
Oh, that's free money.
So
Let's
this is
go.
pretty
That's
much
free
like
money.
this is like the jet to Vegas.
Let's free
pretty
money.
much.
All right, let's go.
All right,
Let's go.
we'll do 4 songs.
Cool. But I don't watch movies. I don't watch TV. I haven't seen Game of Thrones. I don't know what all you cool kids are doing. I don't know anything.
You gotta know this.
Weird talk. I've heard it before. Who is it? Fucking.
You gotta name the title and the artist.
No clue. I can't name the title and the artist. No, I know the song.
Bro, it's Last Night by Morgan Wallen.
Well, I know the song. I've heard it.
You don't bump Morgan Wallen?
No, sorry. Fuck. But I have heard that song.
Okay.
I've definitely heard it.
All right.
But I didn't know who it was by. I never
This
looked up the name.
one, I don't know if this is your jazz. I personally think this is a track.
Oh no.
Is it?
Now I'm gonna guess totally wrong. I've heard
You
it.
can't
as
even
well.
guess this right because you look like a bitch. Kind
No, it's either Ariana Grande or Dua Lipa. Both wrong? I fucking
Close enough.
Who?
Espresso, Sabrina Carpenter.
Sabrina Carpenter. Who the fuck's Sabrina Carpenter? I don't know who these people are.
I don't think he's gonna get any.
I know the songs. I don't know who sings them. It's not like the olden days where it used to matter who the artist was. Play another song.
Dude, all these songs, except for maybe the Morgan Wallen song, all these songs are garbage.
Honestly, I couldn't even name this one too, but I know it's popular.
That sounds like that. What's her name? Megan Thee Stallion? Sounds like her.
Close. Same shit.
Oh, I don't know.
All right. Well, we went 0 for 3. That was Yaglo. Yeah, so you're. I mean,
I'm
get roasted.
disconnected. I don't know. You know, it's kind of amazing. Music used to matter. Like the song will come out and it'd be the song of the summer. I'm old enough to remember this. How old are you?
30.
You're a youngster. I'm a real old man. I'm 38. So I remember one song would be the song of the summer, and everybody knows who sung it, and it would be the biggest track ever, and it would matter, and everyone would buy the CD, and you couldn't listen to it free online, and you sit there and watch the music channel all day waiting for it to come on. Now there's just so much music being pumped out on Spotify. It's ridiculous.
What did you listen to growing up? Like, what's that nostalgic for you?
The only thing that was playing in my house was my father's music, which was Bobby Womack. Usually, it was like soul. I
What
still
about when you're like a teenager though? When you like,
have I really ever been that into music? I'm not sure.
like you listen to rock or rap?
I listen to everything, and I like everything. I like good songs from everything, but I would never say I've ever been really into music. I've never been to a concert, ever. If I hear a song, I like it, but, I don't.
Should hit a Morgan Wallen concert.
I mean, it's probably great. There's probably, hot girls and cowboy hats.
Good place to fall in love.
I bet it is. But I've just never been, I've never really been ultra fascinated with most things. I have this weird habit, which I'm going to admit now on this podcast, which will be used against me forever, but I never watch TV ever. And if I do watch TV, the only thing I watch are cooking shows. And I watch cooking shows and I get mad. They irritate me, but for some reason I'm addicted like a fly bumping into a lamp. I just have to sit there and watch cooking shows. And I get mad watching them because I'm sitting there going, okay, food is good. But the way these people talk about food and the mental breakdown they're having over food, are you fucking retarded? Like, who cares? It's cheese.
I wonder if he's seen like Hell's Kitchen or MasterChef or something.
Bro. No, but it's the cheese. And the cheese. Did you try that cheese? Oh my God, the cheese is late. And they start crying because they missed the dinner. And I just sit there watching, getting more and more frustrated until I eventually turn it off. Food is not that interesting. I mean, music's great, but it's not that interesting. I've never really been that into these things. I kind of feel like I've had a higher threshold for entertainment. And that has been a blessing and a curse because you're difficult to please. But if you're difficult to please, you're going to try and achieve amazing things. If you're trying to achieve amazing things all the time, you're going to achieve amazing things. Yeah. If you can wake up and have a cheese sandwich and put on fucking a song from Spotify and be like, today's great, well, then you're never going to do what it takes to go out there and actually be successful. If you wake up and say, I don't care about the food, don't care about the music, don't care about the sports team, don't care about the TV, don't care about any of that, I want a Bugatti, I want a jet, I want to work. So I've never been entertained by these things. I don't find them that interesting. I'm not against them, and I know what a good song is, but I've just got bigger fish to fry.
Is that because you think it's like a waste of time? I've seen you say that before. Does your mind just never stop?
If I had to be honest with you, I think my dopamine receptors are pretty fucked by now. I mean, I grew up completely poor, and then I had 87 professional fights, which of course is going to be a huge rush. That's why fighters get addicted to it, because once you retire from fighting, normal life is pretty bland and mundane. And then I had the whole webcam thing. I had all these beautiful women work with me, and I was making money with that. And then that went bust, and I went broke again. Then I got filthy rich with Bugattis and private jets and hundreds of millions of dollars. Then I get thrown in a Romanian dungeon. Then I become the most famous man in the world. Then I'm stuck in Romania for 3 years in my house. Then I fly to Miami and land, and it's everyone's fanfare. Like, my dopamine receptors have been up. So someone goes, have you heard this song? It's like, bro, who gives a fuck? I've done too many bigger things. It's like a man.
That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. Who cares? Especially with mainstream music. Nowadays, like, bro, what was this one? Who was it? If I'm not mistaken, I think it was Playboy Cardi. Somebody was like, man, Playboy be doing anything but drop music. I think it was Playboy Cardi. And I'm just like, bro, get a life. For real.
Man who's been to war. And then he comes back and they're like, do you want to watch this movie? He's like, not really. I'm used to getting shot at. I don't give a shit about this movie. It doesn't matter anymore. So
at this moment in time, are you like happy?
I wouldn't say I'm unhappy in any way. And I would say I'm happy, yes, but the whole idea of happiness in and of itself is skewed in the Western world, especially in the masculine frame, because there's so many men who are waking up complaining about the fact they're not happy, which is the strangest mindset I think a man can have. Because as a man, how happy you are has absolutely nothing to do with how you live your life and how you perform and what you need to do. How happy you are is a pointless measurement. So why do you even measure it at all? I would argue that as long as you're not distraught, as long as someone you love didn't die that day, heaven forbid that happens often, let's say a couple of times a decade, besides those days, you should be happy enough to go to the gym and perform and make your money and do what you need to do. Who gives a shit if you're particularly smiley or not? I think it's quite binary. This whole idea of how happy am I is the easiest way for a man to destroy his life. If you're chasing happiness, you're only going to do hedonistic garbage and achieve absolutely nothing important. If you wake up and say, I don't care.
That's facts, bro. It's like a drug addict chasing the next high. Chasing the same high they got from the first time they ever did it. With that being said, man, that's your boy, Andrew Tate. I'm excited that he's back in the U.S., man. He's gonna shake the country. He's gonna shake the world, and we're gonna get back to it the way that it was being done before. So, I can't wait to see what's next in store for the Tate brothers in the U.S. What are they gonna do next? Type stuff, you know. With that being said, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Make sure y'all share with your friends, your families, your mummies, your aunties, your grannies, and everybody else y'all know. I'm gonna get this outro put up, and we got to bounce, man.
You're looking for a Christ man, one who anointed with the Lord, with the Spirit of the Lord to do his will. I'm that nigga.
Motherfucker, because it's my world, and every motherfucking thing in it. That including your asshole, too.
Well, if God send the devil in the name of Jesus by the power of the Holy Spirit, then motherfucker, you fucked up, huh? You fucked up, huh? You know your ass is doomed. What you got to speak? If you don't know shit to speak on this topic I'm bringing up, shut your goddamn ass up.
What do you say, Gerard? You ignorant slut.
I don't think I'm God. I ain't saying I think I believe. I know, and if you study the words, you study my book, you will know I'm me too.
You didn't create the heaven and the earth, baby.
But I did. I'm that motherfucker. You know me, don't you?
Hell no, I don't want you.
You don't know me? That's shame on your goddamn ass then. Shit, I'm the motherfucker. Give a fuck what you believe in. Believe in you some goddamn Ku Klux Klans members, don't you? And house nigga, bitch made ass, nincome fucking poop, monkey minded, Afrocentric motherfuckers. You wanna call me and tell me your opinion?